Perfect. Cocktail table.
So I'm not sure where to park.
Well, we're just not.
Yeah, I have a hammock under a tree.
Fine, that will do.
Oh, look at your roadies. They're pretty cool.
Oh, they were gorgeous. They must have been the beautiful red.
Yeah, they were absolutely gorgeous. This whole thing was this solid red.
Oh, beautiful. Now, are these ones still to come? Yeah.
No, they're
already
finished, but
gone?
I've deadheaded them.
Oh, I see.
And I have I have yet to deadhead the rest. The hardest part of
so much work in the
hardest
landscape.
part of your holiday is getting up to the cabin.
Oh,
Find out what this is. Must be a blasting or something. Maybe water or something. Yeah, you think of it, all the little hair was cut.
Go, 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 go. Stop, 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 stop.
Okay, so this one, I'm going to go on this side.
Ooh. Oh, that's it.
look
Roll
at
downhill,
that.
roll downhill, roll downhill. Come on.
That's a good one. Okay. Too hard again.
Ho, ho, ho. obstruction in the course. No. Oh.
No, last try. Let's see. So I can go anywhere.
Yeah, you can go anywhere in the radius. You can throw from downhill up.
Oh dear. Oh, there's one. Look at that. Go, go, go.
No.
It's still moving. Nope, stop.
Hey, squirrel.
Oh. I don't know which one's my favorite.
Like them all?
Ho, ho, ho. Ringer. The community TV.
Yeah, channel
Channel
10
10.
and 62.
Okay, well you can go
We can
ahead.
move.
Go about your business.
Okay. I thought you just wanted to get a still.
I
Oh
thought he
my
was getting a
goodness.
still as well, but Bruce has been wanting a still for a long time. Would you like some?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Sorry. Bruce has been wanting a still for a long time. And that isn't a brand of straw.
Cheers. Took me a moment, but I've got it now.
It's too bad about that restaurant. I never did get there.
I know, and it was so much. We just loved it because they had the buffet, like all you can eat. It's kind of guilt-free sushi because sushi can be so expensive. He always feels bad. He goes, "Oh no, I'll just get a bowl of rice." But there, I mean, it was just wonderful buffet, all you can eat. They had a little bit of everything. They're still doing the catering, and they still do trays for. You know, the Doghouse store has their trays, and they still do catering, but the restaurant isn't open. So I don't know quite what happened there.
Yeah, for me, there's nothing worse than sitting down and spending $60 and being hungry when I leave.
People always ask me what I do up here. Well, what do you do? You know, you live out there in the wilderness, and well, what do you do? Well, besides gardening and cooking and making lumber and building buildings and looking after guests and landscaping and running back and forth to town, my passion is dealing with fleece. raw fleece. I buy it from the shearer in the Comox Valley. So all my fleeces come from the Comox Valley. And Tommy Patterson is the main shearer in the Comox Valley, and he knows that pretty well what kind of fleeces to put aside that are best for spinning. So I make a trek to Tommy's, and for the gorgeous price of $10 per fleece, I can pick out my fleeces. And sometimes I get white ones specifically for dyeing, and other times I get mixed fleece, the gray, or I get the browns, so that I can do sweaters with only the natural colors that turn out so gorgeous. And the same with blankets, and I bring them home and I wash them in a big tub, and I lay them out to dry in the sun and fluff them on a big screen, and then I card them sometimes. And then sometimes I dye them in the fleece. This one was dyed in the fleece. Or sometimes I spin up the yarn into the thickness and the quantity that I want, and I dye each color specifically. So it makes it nice when you go to do a sweater and you say, oh, well, I only need a little bit of blue, or I only need a little bit of pink, and you can do that, and it's really fun. Sometimes I dye with Kool-Aid, but mostly I use natural dyes, and that's really fun. Sometimes the dye colors turn out funny, but it seems you can always use them anyway. If I don't throw them into a sweater, I can always weave them into a blanket. So that's what I do with my spare time, especially in the winter. And Bruce turns beautiful lumber out of logs, and I try to make gorgeous sweaters and cozy blankets out of raw fleece. I guess one of the things that we need to talk about Walters Point is the sort of guts of the situation, and talk about the power. Yes, we do have power here. We're not out in the boonies totally. We don't have an outhouse. We have running water year round. We don't have to go outside in the freezing cold and the snow to do our little thing, and we do have power. We don't run the generator all the time, just about 4 hours every other day. It's a little Kubota diesel, and it charges the battery bank, and we have an inverter system, so we have 110 power. None of this 12 volt, 6 volt stuff, and sometimes this power and sometimes that. It's all 110. Comes out of the little outlets just like at home anywhere else. And it's very efficient. We also have a wind generator that trickle charges the battery system, and that keeps our deep freeze going if we happen to be away. And that's about the only major electrical thing we have that needs to be on all the time. But we do have the planer for the lumber, and we have an automatic washer. And so those things require a greater degree of electricity, or the iron, if God forbid you should have to iron something. We turn the generator on or make use of the power that way. Otherwise, yeah, it's very efficient, and we don't use enough diesel that, we have to have a huge tank. We actually just bring it in 5-gallon cans, and that 5 gallons lasts a long, long time. So it is very efficient. It's a good power source. This is where everything gets thrown that doesn't get used all the time. All the shavings for the chicken house from the planer.
That is fairly quiet, really.
Ooh, that's better. That's a kiss. That's a kiss. That's a beauty.
Okay, so I try.
And you can hit me. You can knock your own closer if you can. You can.
Jeez, I'm off on that side.
All
I've
kinds
gotta
of
get-
wonderful things.
Jeez, I'll get over on that side.
of the necessary things in this game is a tape measure.
Well, more.
Well, Bruce and I came here about 12 years ago. Yeah, we started with a cheapy little bandsaw mill, and we cut just enough brush and trees out of the wilderness to park the mill on land and set it up and start cutting some timber. The first thing we cut was we milled some boards to make a deck and put a canvas tent on it to cover it up at night, someplace to park the tools to keep them from the rain and nasty weather. And that was how we started here, and it's just gone from there. Well, we started by building a little 450 square foot cabin, and had some major arguments about the positioning of the windows and where the view was going to be, but unfortunately there was some heavy solid granite rocks that form a part of the foundation that determined what the angle of that house was going to be. However, Bruce did compensate in the end by cutting some windows in different locations than we had originally planned to try to take a little more advantage of the view. But that was the first building. We had been living on our boat for 15 years and came in here, so it was different moving into a cabin on land rather than being on the boat. And there actually wasn't any more room in the cabin than there had been on our 42-foot boat. But it was a different experience being in a house over a winter instead of living on the boat. And it wasn't very long before we decided that, well, that wasn't quite big enough. We needed something else, and we wanted to share it. We wanted to share how beautiful it is, and how even though the grounds just needed so much work and everything's just been quite a struggle. But so we built the other building, units 2 and 3, and hopefully we can have them filled with all kinds of happy people who just want to enjoy the wilderness surroundings and the scenery and the natural wildlife, and the eagles, the herons, even the crows, the fish. Just enjoy what beauty we've hacked out around us and tried to assimilate with the surroundings.
Bothering them. No,
I wonder if he knows what's in store.
yeah.
Puppy the way he moves around normally, but no, he hit really hard on one side. We thought he broke his wrist. But
No, and he went down the dock to the ground and then just sat there.
Claws down in there. Come on, let it go.
Bruce and I lived in the first cabin for about 5 years, and during that time we both were also working away. We weren't always home at the same time. In fact, we were very seldom home at the same time, but he would do what work he could here, and then I would do some more when he came home, and then he would go and I would stay a few days and be home, and then I would be gone. And we've both worked logging camps, and so we were away quite a lot while we were still here trying to do things. And we when we completed the one side of the duplex, we moved into the duplex, into unit number 3, and that vacated the smaller cabin, the number 1, for a rental. And all of this, it seems to have taken, in retrospect, a long time. But then when I look at it, every board that is on the property, every piece of furniture that's here, Bruce built. The lumber was all milled here. It was all, most of it was from timber off the land, and the shakes are all hand split, and it's just been total labor to complete this. Well, it's not complete, but to work on this project. And it hasn't always been easy, and it's certainly been a huge, huge learning experience. Many do-it-yourself books, many trips to the library. My first batch of chickens, I got a book that said, "So you want to raise chickens?" And the first time I killed one, I had the book in one hand and I had the chicken in the other, and I was trying to hold the axe at the same time, and trying to turn the page for the next step, and the chicken was squawking and the axe was ready to fall, but I couldn't turn the page. So it's all been great experiences. And the marten in the chicken house in the middle of the night, and you throw on your gumboots and nothing else and run out there with a flashlight and grab a shovel on your way and hope you've arrived in time to protect the rest of the flock. Things like that. And we try to live with the natural critters that are here. It doesn't preclude us from having the chickens, but you have to take precautions. And they were here first. We're in their space, and we've had a few experiences with cougars, but they haven't. As I say, you have to learn to live around them, and work with them if you can. It's not always pleasant, but that's the way it is.
Tell me a little bit about your gardens, how they evolved, because you've got beautiful, beautiful gardens here.
Oh, the gardens. It's been a bit of an ambition of mine to have a place where I could have cut flowers year-round in the house, to fill all the buildings with fresh flowers. And hacking out a bit of wilderness, sometimes you have to throw in a lot of wildflowers. And when we first came, there was so much forest and so much heavy brush that there were no flowers. There were no wildflowers. There was no foxglove. There were no lupins. But now there are, because we've opened the ground up and they've been able to seed, and things have come along really well. And I'm happy to say that in spite of the deer eating the rose bushes and a few other things, you can see that yes, we can make cut flowers, and it's nice to be able to provide the neighbors with huge bouquets of flowers in the middle of summer. And water can be a problem. Well, not the watering. It's time consuming, but it's very rewarding, very, very rewarding to look all around you and still see so much bush, and know that now you have flowers and fruit trees, producing fruit trees. And that was one of the things that I longed for, I think, most of the time we lived on the boat. Bruce used to give me a bad time about my herb garden on the boat and my flower pots on the boat. He said sometimes we looked as much like a Chinese junk as anything, and here we were in a 42-foot yacht. But we quite often had laundry hanging on the line as well, so I didn't see anything wrong with having fresh herbs on the boat. But now I have no end of room for my herbs, and they're everywhere. I have oregano growing in the lawn, and I have all kinds of things happening, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be able to put down those roots and water them and see them come to fruition.
Great.
Time and tide waits for no man.
I'm with you.
Well, this.
Pliers with me.
Well, seem to have hooked him pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's hooked well. Come on.
There we go. Thank you. You gonna come up nice this time, or you gonna nope? Oh, you're gonna make a fuss. Well, is he close? I don't know.
Is he 26 inches?
Oh, is that what they're supposed to be?
I don't know what he is.
Actually, he probably would just about make.
Just
Hey, take it easy.
he's just rehooked
You've been again.
Yeah, he's
Big enough for supper.
there's a seal right there.
He's gone down and got himself tangled in something. You dirty bastard.
Oh, has he?
He's gone into a cave or something.
I got one too.
Now,
No, I think I lost it. Either that or there was no. Oh boy, I got a monster.
I got a goldfish.
I got a big blade bullhead.
Oh no.
Oh, look at that.
And no pliers.
Oh, look at that.
Come on, let me get a hold of you. Come on.
Boy, that's a heavy duty fish, isn't it? No wonder. Okay now?
He's just that big a fish. Can't put any more tension
No, I
on.
don't want any more. Well, you're gonna come up to me now, Lou?
Yeah, well, this one.
Oh, look at that.
Could be a salmon. I don't know.
No. Cod. The salmon, he would take
Take
off
off.
out that way.
Oh.
Lake cod, he just wants to go back to the bottom.
Is he still there?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There.
Oh, he's there.
He just doesn't want to come up right away.
Oops. I've blown it. Nope. I can't get it to budge. Oh, no, there we go.
Here's what's happening.
It's bogged up on the side.
Right. Side here.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like a good size.
Lines.
Can we do-
Oh, he is a big one.
He's the big one. He's right here.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Now he's a keeper.
Oh yeah, that definitely.
He's a beauty. Now, I can get all this out of the way.
No, I'm gonna have to take more line off. I think.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay, let's see what I can do here.
Yeah.
Side, like
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way the dogs act.
now.
It's okay. I'm gonna take the boat around on
Oh,
the
are ya?
inside anyway.
Oh, This one is fun, the big one. That's a pretty big one for me. It's not that big,
Okay, well, you're going to have to pull her out and let's have a look. Oh,
but this one
dear.
we probably get
Don't
pretty
see our
big.
eagle around yet.
You gotta hold it forward because then it looks twice as big.
So, you sure have.
Ooh, I got it. Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
You
I
said
got it.
release.
I did, but I thought I had a clear spot, but I didn't.
Pretty good. Oh boy. Yeah, turn it a little bit sideways.
Like that,
There you go, and forward.
and forward as far as I can get it.
Then it looks like.
Ooh, he's huge! He's huge!
Okay.
Okay, my arm's falling off. Okay.
You went fishing and I didn't go.
Isn't that funny? Definitely knows.
Oh yeah.
So when they say 24 inches, is that 24 inches tip of the nose to the tip of the tail, or
Yeah.
then we're fine?
In the black box, yeah.
Of course.
But oh, why don't you just carry the box up top? Put the line on them. Hang them over the side. And then the meat firms up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're easier to skin. And
Fillets.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know I've always liked fish the next day rather than just fresh.
And they seem to firm up a bit or something.
Yeah, they do. Especially the ling cod. Rock cod is okay.
Yeah.
Rock cod you can
Throw it in
catch
the
it.
pan.
Yeah, that wine is good.
Thank you.
What is it? What kind is it?
It's French. It's called Viognier. It has a slight hint of violet, which you determine sort of almost after. But it is, yeah,
Really good.
yeah.
From a distance, it could be vinegar.
Yeah, it
No,
could be.
that's not what you want. Yeah.